So this one is the new season and migration event preview. So we have yesterday another live stream, but it's regarding the pre-announcement of our migration. But this time around, I think this is kind of official because in the content creators chat, we have already mentioned some of the concerns that we have that is missing from yesterday's announcement, and hopefully they did include it already here on the event preview. So the castle facility expansion, we already have talked about this, and then giving you even more ways to... Okay, so here is what Mr. Sneaky was saying. Governors with Citadel 35 can unlock these features. Okay, so unless you are 35, you cannot unlock yet castle facility number 2. But as I've said in our previous video, or in our previous topic, do you really need to worry regarding the castle facility number 2? In my honest opinion, no. You don't really need to worry about it. And we have here special notes for Empire servers. Okay, Empire 288 and 349, who I think some of the players felt left out, to be honest, because they have been responding to my posts. They are commenting in Facebook and YouTube and then asking for their servers. What happened to our servers? But anyway, I think they have something here for us. So Empire servers will participate in Stellar Dynasty. Okay, congratulations. But this is independently and will not be matched with ERA server. I think it's a good thing that they won't be matched with the ERA servers because we have a bit of advantage when it comes to age.
What?
Well, really not age, but the age of the game, okay? Experience. But anyway, we also have here the Mightiest Governor ranking rewards for ERA servers will be increased. And then, while Empire servers will remain unchanged for the time being. Okay, so here's the change. We are now having top 50 in the MGE, and then we're going to talk about it also after this one. Then the castle facility extensions for Empire servers will be unlocked during the second Stellar Dynasty season. Castle facility extensions for Empire servers after the second Stellar, so they will have it on their third Dynasty season. So yeah, for now, they don't really need to worry about it. They have a little bit of advantage for us because 2 Stellar Dynasty is about roughly 3 months, because every Stellar Dynasty is around 5 to 7 weeks. So 3 months plus once they open it, they have like, let's say 30 days in order for them to open up some of the parts of the castle facilities number 2 or second castle facilities. And then also, as I've said earlier, we have like 120 days for the last part of the castle facilities, which is 4 months. And I think it's a neat thing that they have added that one. We have also here migration event preview. Catherine will be the first to bring you the inside scoop on migration. Inside scoop, you're like a reporter. But anyway, we have here migration event is open to Era 1 up to Era 92 and Empire 288, Empire 394. So regarding the migration, as I've said, they said earlier that the scope of the migration will never be in groups anymore. As long as you are in the same Stellar Dynasty, like the eras, so we are in the same Stellar Dynasty, you can jump from whichever empire or era you want. Sorry, not empire, but era. And the only thing that in my head right now that is a question is, what if we don't have... are all the eras right now have the same server seasons? Like, for example, do we have the same Season 7 heroes right now? Like, even in the Era 92, for example, the 287 server, the 287 server, are they already in the Season 6, or sorry, Season 7 hero pools? If they're going to migrate from their era to another era that has all of the other heroes open, I think that's a disadvantage. But I'm not sure about this one, though, until we have something really solid or concrete to really say that it happened. But if you guys experience this one, or you are in the latter part of the eras, like for example, you are in 287 or Empire 287, and then you are in an era, and can you clarify that your server has which hero or which season? And then we have migration stages here. This migration event includes 4 stages: pre-event, migration preview, migration application, and pre-migration. Now, stage 1. Did they really change anything after the announcement yesterday? During this stage, this is April 30. During this stage, governors can review the criteria for selecting Empire administrators. By default, the Empire administrator role is assigned to the leader of the alliance with the highest power on the server. Okay, governors who do not wish to take on this role can opt out during the pre-event stage. So this is the time that you need to opt out, April 30, by temporarily leaving their alliance. Oh, okay, all right. So the governor with the empire administrator role is assigned to the leader of the alliance. Okay, the leader. Why not just not be the leader? Why do you need to go out of the alliance? I mean, just assign the alliance leader who wants to be the administrator. Why do you need to get out of the alliance though? Another one. Once the pre-event stage ends, the candidate is confirmed and no further changes can be made. Throughout this stage, you can check the current Empire Administrator candidate status in the Empire Administrator candidate interface. So we also have here Stage 2, Migration Preview. During this stage, the Governor's historical power for this event is locked in. And Empire Administrators may edit their Empire announcement. Power limits can no longer be changed at this point. So to be honest, right now, I think it's a pretty good decision to remove the power limits from the hands of the administrator. Okay? Hopefully, they can use these power limits to the advantage of the other players or other servers that are really looking for fair amount of players who can add to their strength. Because there are servers that are really active that wants to be fighting on the rankings, but they don't have as much krakens or whales as other servers. And if this is true, and if they are going to really commit to this, that they're going to organize this stuff, it's going to be good for every player. But if they are not going to do this right, and they're going to be lazy on how they do this, I think it's going to be chaotic, to be honest. That is just my opinion. They have the power now. I mean, I don't know who has the power on this, on who will decide. Whoever has this power bestowed upon them. So how to unlock? Servers that meet certain launch time requirements will have their Stellar Glory Reason mode upgraded to Stellar Dynasty Season mode. On April 27th, okay, so it's today, Stellar Dynasty officially launches for the first wave. Sorry, this is just for us and Empires 288 to 349. So 350 and later Empires, well, you just have to wait for a little bit longer. Begin the new season. Stellar Dynasty unfolds across the three stellar stages: Start of a Dynasty, Dynasty Expedition, and Apex Dynasty. Upon entering the season, all kingdoms automatically receive the starting dynasty level, the Dawn of Dynasty, which is the green one. Okay? In the new season, you will fight alongside your kingdom to conquer the Stellar Dynasty. Alright. Throughout the season, though, kingdoms must work together to complete dynasty achievements, earning dynasty points, and competing for kingdom rankings. Now, at the end of each stage, hear me out, level changes are settled at the end of each stage, not the end of Stellar Dynasty. Each stage, okay? So we have 3 stages. Okay, settled based on kingdom rankings and dynasty points accumulated. Alright? Dynasty levels begin at the initial rank of Dawn and advance through 7 tiers, culminating in Immortal. The higher the level, the more generous the rewards granted to all kingdom members. Now, Dynasty Achievements. Governor who complete Dynasty Achievements earn Dynasty Contributions, which can be exchanged for rewards. I'm going to show this to you guys in a bit, because I have already finished some of them up. When the kingdom completes Dynasty Achievements, all members benefit from the resulting Dynasty Contributions, which also can help the kingdom accumulate Dynasty points and advance in levels. So you can see here we have first personal and kingdom rewards. Here, I'm going to show you this to you in a bit, but it's on a different language, so we're going to move on here. Upon entering the Apex Dynasty stage, which is the second stage, the top 8 kingdoms in the Dynasty division will face up on an unprecedented competition. Okay, so this is actually, I think, one of the questions earlier, that how are we going to actually get ahead of the fights during the Stellar Dynasty. So I think they are cutting it out for 8 servers or 8 kingdoms per division. So here we have the first 8 kingdoms. As I've said earlier, they're going to do it by ranking, which is, I think, this is what it is. So by ranking, so 8 kingdoms. And then after that one, the next 8, I think, then the next 8, until we get the last era. So I think that's how they will really have divided the power wherein you can actually get to fight alongside with, for example, you are in the top 8. So all of that will have the ability to fight for their for the 8 kingdoms, and then the other ones I think will have to face up with their respected levels or rankings. That's what I think. But this is a championship though. It's quite different I think from the other one. We're going to revisit this one or this topic after we have finished some of the early stages of the rankings. After the first stage and before the start of the Apex Dynasty stage, for sure they're going to show the rankings and they will tell everyone or announce what will go down. So we have here also the new Dynasty store, fully upgraded rewards. I think, as I've said, the free-to-play player, low spender or mid spender, whatever, will have a really good time here as long as you love to grind. Gone before are the era or the age wherein you just left your golden elephants, like for example your golden guardians, idle because you already finished with the points for the day. No, 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 because you knew or you know that every guardian will give you the golden elephant coins, whatever it is, the golden coins here. And even if you finish already the points for your guardian for the day, there are still some chests that gives the golden coins, wherein you can use those golden coins here to exchange for contribution points, and that is going to be pretty important now. You are not just going to rely on how much points you can get from killing the guardians, but rather you would want to settle on the maximum amount of chests that you can get for this golden coins. Unlike before, when you finish, some players do this, like me, I am guilty of this one. When I finish off the golden guardians, and there's still, I know there's still coins out there to get. Sometimes I don't really get it anymore because I'm that lazy. Sometimes I do have the tendencies to be lazy like that. But right now, if you're a free-to-play player, a low spender, you just need to think of something in order for you to get more of this chest with the golden coins, because you need that. As you can see there, one piece of that golden coin is equal to one piece of the contribution points. And the minimum here, as you can see, is 30 per 1 hour of speed ups. And in one chest, you can get almost 100. So that's 3 hours of, let's say, any speed ups here that is available, right? And more and more and more rewards in the coming levels, depending on how much you already have or how many levels you already have covered here on your Stellar Dynasty. All right. Oh, this one is quite bigger. Administrator permission. All right. We have the Emperor administrator can edit their Empire announcements during the migration preview stage and review applications from those wishing to migrate. I think this is already given. Number 2 is, during this migration event, the leader of the alliance with the highest power on this server at the end of the pre-event stage will be assigned Empire Administrator. I think we already have mentioned this one also. I think this is redundant. But anyway, during the migration event, a king may also migrate. Alright, that's a good thing. And new king-specific reminders have been added to guide the process. You know what? I feel sorry for the kingdoms wherein their kings will migrate. For example, they have the Celestial Sovereign. You're the king, your empire won, for example, but you want to migrate. Or maybe you were the king because you did well in the fights, but you were not really, like, for example, part of the leadership, or because you just you are like one of the biggest krakens in the event or in the server, and then you got the Celestial Sovereign team and all the benefits of the buffs, and then eventually you will leave the server. I think that is that is not a good thing, to be honest with you. But well, it's still, if they're going to though prevent the king or whoever from migrating, that is going to be against free will, right? Because they want to move out. But still, for me, I just want to say that I feel sorry for the servers that are going to be left out if their king, for example, had the Celestial Sovereign theme, and that for example, they are Kraken, so they're losing a Kraken, number one, and the second one is their Kraken will walk out of their server with the Celestial Sovereign theme, which is, for the competing servers, are really hard to get, honestly speaking, because we had like only four of those in like a year and a half. That's how hard it is to get for the competing servers. But anyway, I think I'm just saying this to you guys so that you will be aware, and actually that is my opinion about this one. But anyway, we also have here, once the original king migrates, the alliance leader who occupied the imperial city will automatically become the new king. And all privileges of the previous king will be declared as resigned to the new one. They said privileges, right? Not the rewards, right? Am I right? Am I right? Is the privileges part, or the celestial sovereign rewards part of the privilege? Is that it? I'm not sure about this one though, but I'm going to ask Catherine about this. And then we have migration pass. A lot of players are going to ask this one because it's migration time, baby. And the migration pass is always important to know how much, how many you need in order for you to migrate. Alright, so migration requires migration passes. The higher your power range, the more migration passes you will need. Now, how to obtain the migration passes though? Apart from purchasing packs, which is going to be in the pack skin. And it's quite expensive, honestly speaking. Like the previous migrations, it was expensive. Although I don't migrate really, but the purchasing packs, or purchasing packs, are really expensive when it comes to this migration pass, especially if you have a higher rank or a higher power. The higher power you have, the more expensive it is for you to really move out of the kingdom. So a certain number of migration passes will be given to you for free. How much is that? Each time the migration event is launched. How much is that? But I think I have some before, because I don't really purchase migration passes. I will show you how much I have. And then migration requirements all must be met. To migrate to an empire with an available migration slots, you must meet the following requirements. Citadel reaches 28. Then Citadel not at war or has no marching troops outside. No wounded units await treatment or collection in the hospital. You are not a member of any alliance. You are not serving as the administrator for your current empire in the migration event. Now, we already have talked about how you can dodge the administration or being the administrator if you are an administrator. So you just move out as the leader of the best or the top alliance in the server. I don't think you need to move out of the alliance right away. You can just step down first, and then if ever you settled everything with your alliance, then you move out of the alliance. Then we have migration application stage. Your application has been approved by your favored empire administrator. So this is really where your communication will really help you out. Especially, we also have on the Discord channel of the game, we also have supports wherein you can actually see or get your hands on the chats and everything happening about migration there. You can check for yourself which servers are you going to go through. Also there are recruiting. You can actually talk to actual people or the community itself, wherein you can actually talk to some of the players from each individual servers. So notes, your migration will have the following effects. Resource and progress from purchases and top-ups will be retained, such as VIP, top-up events, progress, etc. All progress rewards from your current battle passes will be sent to you via mail. Now, this is the only problem though. This is the only problem. If you purchase, because this is actually a looming question before, if you purchase the the Kingdom Horde, and you are just at 40, you will get the rewards, yes, but you are still just at 40, right? It says it all progress rewards, so I think only rewards that you got, or is it like everything? Because last time I think there has been a case wherein not everything on the Kingdom Sword were given, only what the players have already got. Like for example, what level he is at, those rewards were given. But if you have opened it up, like you pay for it, and then you only will get like 40, how about the other 40s? Because you paid for it, right? In order for you to get to the 80 levels. So that's actually the question of some players, because it happened. It is a fact that it happened. Someone purchased the Kingdom Sword with real money, and they only got like until what level they are in the Kingdom Sword. I think they have already solved this case, but I hope it will not happen during this migration, because it happened before. Okay, so next one, we have your first top-up pack and Empire Glory pack purchase status will be reset after migration. We also have your Citadel's unprotected resources. Unprotected resources will only be retained up to your warehouse limit.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Okay, so this was the question last time of one of our subscriber, I think, that is the other resources going to be saved up. Like they have, for example, they have 1 billion per resources. So the game is telling us here that they will only allow you to get the whatever resources you have in your warehouse limit. What if you have 1 billion saved up already and you don't really want to touch it? So you cannot use it up. It's going to be like in vain. It's going to be like disappear. Something like that. So this is actually the question of the play here. If ever you are on stream right now, I'm so sorry to bring you this bad news. But all your other resources outside your warehouse limit will be deemed forfeited, I think. Other personal development resources will be preserved, such as heroes, protected resources, etc. Your current Citadel queue progress will be maintained, such as building queues, forging queues, etc. So yeah, I think that's the only bad news right now that we have seen here. And also the top up, that the battle pass that if you purchase it with real money, I don't know what will happen there, but we have a case before, but it was solved. Hopefully this will not be the case anymore. We also have here your gameplay progress will be preserved, such as island tactics, supply bounty, etc. Okay, the progress of all the events you currently participate in, which participate in will be reset, such as the Mightiest Governor, the Mightiest Empire, Stellar Glory. The progress of all events currently participate will be reset. Okay, I understand. I understand it now. Okay, please make sure to claim the rewards for the progress you have already completed. If those events are available in the new empire, you can participate again. Yes, but the progress is... I think it's safe to say, if you are going to move out of the server, don't do any progress yet here if it is not that important. But if it is important, you can... And there are enough rewards there, and you can get those rewards and then redo those rewards without any consequences, then do it. But if not, if there are going to be consequences and you cannot do it again, then maybe you need to wait to transfer first or migrate first before you do the quest. That's what I think. So based on the consequences is going to be your decision there, if you're going to do the quest before you move out or you're going to do the quest after you move into another server. Now next up we have, if you've already completed Wonder Contest or Battle of Dawn registration before migration, you may not be able to participate in the new Empire's first instance of this event. Okay, so if you haven't yet done your first ever Battle of Dawn and Wonder Contest, you can do it on the New Kingdom. But if you have finished it, I think it's a neat trick here, because sometimes this is what I was talking about also in the number 5. You can also do this without consequences, but now this there is a consequences here. So your rewards or your very first battles will already be saved up here. But anyway, your server mail will be cleared after all available rewards are automatically claimed. Okay. Your friend list, group chats, and private messages history will all be preserved. Now that's a good thing. Now we also have here, after completing migration during a migration event, you cannot migrate again until the next migration event. Additionally, to promote competitive balance and maintain a healthy game environment for the new season, eras and empires entering Stellar Dynasty will have migration events open periodically. This is actually one of the questions again that we have yesterday. How long actually does this periodically mean? Like, how long? Right? That's actually the question. How long do we need to wait before the next migration? They only say periodically, in line with season cycles. So another question is, what season? You mean Stellar Dynasty season or game server seasons? Because there are 2 seasons. Season of the Stellar Dynasty and season of the server. Honestly speaking, migrating is not a cheap thing to do. Like, there are free migrations, yes, but for example, players who have been spending in the game maybe have the right to actually demand how long or how many times they actually want to demand how many times does this periodically means and how long they have to wait. Because some players prepare for this one. They don't just use their money and purchase everything or every migration passes right off the bat. Some of them really just prepares also, especially for their account, you know. It's going to be pretty good if you would know how long they have to wait until next migration. If they can actually give us like what they mean by periodically, how many days you have to wait, how many months, it will be really better. I think the community would appreciate it, especially those players who are really looking to migrate regularly. Because there are players like that, even in other games. There are players who migrate regularly, and sometimes they still cannot find where they fit in. And it will really help if we already know how many days or weeks or months we're going to wait for until the next migration, so that as early as now we can prepare. Or not me exactly, but I'm just now using the word we as the community. We have to wait regarding this. But anyway, I think that's about it for the announcements on the migration. If you have any questions or you want things to clarify, please leave them on chat, or if you're watching this after the live stream is finished, kindly leave them all in the comments and we're going to talk about it. And hey, click on this video right here for more awesome TITOBODS content. Thanks for watching, you guys, and TITOBODS out.